everyone, welcome back to Buckland Farm. So this is the penultimate episode. We've got the mowing to do, so we're in May. Have already been round, done a bit of selling, topped up the animals. We're not the animals. I'm just going to top up with whatever we've got, just to see us through, get a few extra pounds in the bank before we leave. So yeah, this episode is going to be baling. So we have got 4 fields to bale, mow. So we're going to bale it all into silage. And then we can, well, I'm not sure whether to mow the sheep pasture as well. There's a bit of decent grass in there, so we might as well. And then it's going to be on to harvesting in the last episode. So I think we will also purchase all our leased equipment in this episode. And then anything that's left is ours to take with us to wherever we're going to go next, which I haven't decided yet. But as I say, it will be a UK, Irish, European type map. So we shall see. So we'll just park this up. I have already leased another bit of equipment. I thought we may as well go out with a bang, seeing as it's going to be our last cut. So I have leased, once we find it, there we are, Crone Big M. It's the bale with wrapper and hitch, or what is it? What's it called? The mod. It's basically the Crone Big M, but with a PTO. So we can tow the baler, and then we've got the quick bale. Mower and wrapper with hitch by Dogface. And yeah, we've got the quick bale. So that'll do the big 50,000 litre bales. Wrap them, etc. So this will be a nice easy setup. Actually, let's start up here while we're here. So obviously we've got the big field that we made into one, but it is now back into 2 fields. So I'm just going to I was going to say I'm just going to drive through the hedge, but actually no, we'll do it properly. We'll do them as 2 separate fields, I think. Get all this unfolded, get the baler unfolded. Build it up with silage additive. Should be on the largest bale size, yep. We just need to lower the mower, turn it on. Off we go. our last grass harvest on Buckland Farm. It's a brilliant setup, nice and wide, doesn't miss anything on the corners, and obviously the pickup on the baler is excellent as well. I'm really tempted just to drive straight through the hedge, but I'm not going to. We'll do it properly. But we do want every little bit of money we can get. So I haven't really decided what I'm going to do on the next series following on from here. Only that we're going to take the money from here. So once we know how much money we're going to be taking, I can come up with some sort of plan. This makes light work of it, doesn't it? And the fact that they're 50,000 litre bales means we haven't got as much to pick up, so it's always good. And we've got the auto load trailer to pick them up with, so sneaky bit of hedge diving there. So yeah, any suggestions for the next map, please put them down in the comments. I'd love to know your thoughts and what you think we should do. There are a couple of really nice maps out at the moment, so who knows where we might end up. So we have only got the what have we got? We've got the preserved food factory still running. There probably isn't a lot left in there now. We've got the stone factory still running, but again, there's probably not much left in there either. So I think they will see us through until the end. Obviously in the next 2 or 3 months we will be ready to harvest, but we will be skipping to harvest for the next episode, or for the last episode. As I say, with the animals, I've topped them all up with food, so I don't think I'll do that anymore. So they will definitely run out of food before we finish here, but yeah, it'll be minimal amounts of stuff. Obviously the cows are giving us milk, sheep are giving us wool, goats aren't giving us anything, and the chickens are giving us eggs. So yeah, once they run out of food, I think that's it. We will leave them alone. I think there is about 10,000 litres of milk in the cow pasture, so we will need to do something with that. But again, I think I'll just let that run through and then we'll sell it all in one go. I think I've got a little bit of oat and a little bit of sunflower in the silo back at the farm, so they can be sold. But that's probably about it for stuff that we can sell. Obviously we'll have the silage when it's fermented, and we will have crop that we harvest as well, so that will just be sold straight from the field. So obviously it won't be the best price, but it's all money in the bank. I think we're already doing pretty well, because once we've paid the equipment off, I'm pretty sure that was, I'm gonna say 1.6 million. So yeah, it's, if that's the case, we're already 800 grand up. I'm just going to squeeze through here just to get into the field. So yeah, this is a bit strange. This is the series that started my channel. Pretty well the first series that I did on my channel. I did start Kalanovka not too far into this series, but that's long gone now. So yeah, ending my very first series. But pretty pleased. I didn't think we were going to be able to get to our goal of owning all our leased equipment and paying off loans, etc., but we've managed it, so very pleased with that. So I did have some problems with my PC earlier in the week, but I managed to work out what the problem was, which in itself is a miracle, because me and computers, I'm not technically minded, I'm better off hands-on, that sort of thing. I wouldn't be able to do a computer-based job, let's put it that way. But yeah, so the problem was, my PC, it's not a low end, but it's at the high end of low, if that makes any sense. its performance. So it's my first gaming PC. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it runs Farming Sim absolutely fine. I've not really had any issues with it. I've been pretty pleased with it. But my biggest problem, which I found out since starting to create content, is storage. So the internal storage on my PC is 475 gigabytes, which isn't really a lot. It was, since I've started doing videos, it's always been at the high end of disk use. And it meant that when you're recording videos, the setup I have is pretty easy. There's nothing really sort of special about it. I try and do recording and editing as cheaply as possible, so there's no, expensive software involved. So I use OBS for recording, which is free, but I think most people do use OBS. It's absolutely brilliant for what I need. The editing, I use a program called CapCut, and there's a mobile version and there's also a PC version. So I obviously use the PC version to edit these videos, and once you're recording clips, depending on how long the clips are, before you render the video, it does take up quite a lot of space. You're probably looking at around, for an hour long video, depending on how many individual clips there are, you're probably looking at around 25 to 30 gigabytes just for one video. Obviously, once that's all edited and exported onto the PC, it's a lot smaller. It goes down to about 5 gigabytes. It just depends what you use in the videos, and if there's time lapses, if you use music tracks and etc. So I was getting to the point where my free disk space was getting really low, and I'd end up recording a video, editing it, and then as soon as I'd edited it, I would have to delete everything. So I'd delete all the clips, I'd delete anything I'd downloaded for that video, so any music tracks, etc. I would then have to do the thumbnail, then I'd download the thumbnail and delete that. So delete all the screenshots, basically deleting everything off the PC that I didn't need, then emptying the recycling bin, just to free up that little bit of space so that I could then do the next video. So it's not ideal doing that. But it worked out all right for a while. But then I started noticing that my disk space was really low. I'm talking under 10 gig. But when it was getting to that sort of stage, I wouldn't be able to record clips because I'd used up all the available disk space. So I was in a bit of a sticky situation. So I ended up, I realised, I mean, you're probably thinking, well, just buy a bigger storage. Well, yes, but it can be a lot of money. And my situation meant that I didn't have that money to spend. So, but luckily I found, this is where I will show how untechnically, what's the word, how non-technically minded I am. But on your computer there is a D drive, or on my computer there's a D drive, which is data. So I managed to divert the recording file path to the D drive. Everything that was recorded would be saved on that drive rather than the original drive, which meant that the space wasn't decreasing as quickly. So that was that. But then even after doing that, it was still decreasing slowly. Then I found a free bit of software that would allow me to export or migrate few programs at once to the other drive. So I did that. That freed up about 40 gig of space. Again, it still just kept dropping, and I couldn't work out why. And it's very hard to explain. And at this point you're probably all bored because I've been rambling on about storage space. But yeah, I just thought I'd chat for once. I don't really do it very often while I'm working or doing field work, etc. I mean, that's a whole nother story. I'm not the most comfortable person at speaking in public, and yes, this isn't in public, but I know that people are going to be watching it, so to me it's the same sort of thing. So that's why I don't really sort of ramble on much while I'm working. I do a lot of time lapses, etc. So yeah, I migrated some programs over to the D drive, freed up a bit of space, but same problem kept occurring, and I just could not work it out. So I was looking around and I was making sure all the file paths were set to the right places in the editing and recording software. And on the editing program, CapCut, I realised there was something called proxies which were being saved to the original drive, the C drive. There was 296 gigabytes of data stored in that file. So once I deleted that, everything was fine. I've got loads of storage now, just from one click of a button, and I would never have known anything about that if I wasn't looking. So yeah, that was a lesson learned. But luckily everything is fine. So my storage problems at the moment are over with. Hopefully they stay that way. So yeah, but I just thought I'd let you know. I did put a post up on my community feed just to say that that's why I hadn't put a video out today. I'm recording this on Wednesday, so there should have been a video out today. There'll be one out tomorrow for East Vineland, which is Thursday, so it will already be out when this comes out, because this will be coming out on Friday, if that makes any sense. This is the other reason I don't really talk a lot on videos, because I end up just rambling on about random crap. I'm probably boring you all to tears. Yeah. So I'm going to stop talking now. Get this one done. Don't think there's much point in doing the cow pasture. So that's it over this side, and then we've got sheep pen, the old cow pen where the chickens are now, and then the dedicated grass field. So we'll get those done in a second, so I'll see you over there. Right, so we're over at the old cow pasture. So as I normally do in a lot of my videos, I've split the recording, so this part is a brand new day. So when I came back on, I spotted a contract. You might be able to see up there, field 52, 40% complete. So it's a forage contract. Go into here, and it's worth 62,866. So I couldn't miss it. I had to do it. That much money, and we haven't really used the forage harvester a lot. So I have already got him set off. So you may recognise this this field if you've watched the whole series. We did actually do a potato, carrot, I think, carrot harvest in this field in one of the early episodes, and it took absolutely ages. So this has so far taken quite a long time. I've had to put the time down a little bit just to make sure we can get the mowing in, but I'll put that back up in a minute. But this trailer, so this is our forage harvester. We've got a 6-metre header. I did actually lease a 9-metre one. It's exactly the same, but a 9-metre. And the forage harvester wouldn't run. Even with this one, it only runs at 6 kilometres an hour, so it is very slow. But yeah, so I just thought I'd leave it. I've left it carrying on for a little while. But we have leased out the Titan trailer. This trailer has got a 5 million litre capacity. Absolutely ridiculous. But it will just allow me to leave the forage harvester on a worker. We have no fuel. It's a little bit cheaty, but I'm going to fill it up with easy dev. But then I'll deduct, I don't know, 1,500. Wow. Right. We'll fill it up with that, and then I will remove, let's say, £2,000 for the fuel. There we go. That's fair. Just saves me going all the way back to the farm or to the fuel station. So let's put him back on a worker for now. The only reason I got that trailer is just so that I will never have to unload it. We've done 3 headlands, and then we've just done this little bit here. So it's still got quite a way to go. It's 200,000 litres in the trailer at the moment, but like I say, it's not going to fill that up anywhere near. we're 4% full so far. But yeah, 6 kilometers an hour, it does seem a bit low. Should be more than that, surely. Let's have a look. I don't know why recently when I go into the vehicle menus, it just takes a lot of time, like a very long time to load in. I need to look at the header, don't we, really, for... Oh yeah, we own that Forage header. Yeah, 10 kilometers an hour, so maybe it's something I'm doing wrong, but... So, anyway, we'll get on with the mowing. So, apologise, I do, when I record videos, if I do split it into parts, I always tend to just watch back what I've already recorded, just to make sure it's okay and it's recorded okay. And so I have done that with the first part of this video, and I've realised that I was talking for way too long about my storage. So apologies if any of you if I bored any of you to death with that, but like I said, it's the reason I don't do a lot of talking when I'm doing field work. I'll do a little bit and then I'll just peel off into a time lapse, because I just end up waffling on about rubbish. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff I could talk about, but I'm just not a comfortable speaker. Yeah. So apologies for the length of that topic, but I think what I'll do, I'll get all this mowed, and then I'll bring you back in when we're going to collect the bales, and then after that I think we'll go ahead and purchase all the leased items. So I'll see you when we're collecting the bales. Right, that's everything mowed, but I've got a 47% bale. So I've come back over to the cow pasture. I'm just going to see if this little bit of grass will make up another full bale. As you can see, the time has moved on considerably. The forage contract is coming along. We've there's not a lot left to do, so hopefully by the time we have finished doing this and picked all the bales up, should be almost finished, and then that'll be it for this month and this episode. I did say I was going to purchase all the lease stuff in this episode, didn't I? So we'll do that as well. But by the looks of it, it's going to be a bit tough to get this last bale, although I might just have enough. I have got the mod on where I can unload unfinished bales, but the bigger the better. Sorry, Mr. Cow, just drove straight through you. Yeah, I think we'll just about make another bale. There we go. Right, so these two can go back now. I'm not going to bother taking them to the shop. Alright, while we're in there then, let's get this done. So, let's see how much this is going to cost us. Alright, so the little 390T, that's not going to be a lot. Just over 17. Go backwards and forwards. Look. The bigger Massey, that's going to be quite a lot, I think. 124. Forage harvester, that is going to be the most. So 255,000. Don't need the trailer because that's not a long-term lease. Even that is 65 grand for the mowing header, forage header. Mulcher, 17.5. Right, trailers. These are going to be about 23 each. That's 15. That was 8. Fertilizer spreader, 14. So I don't know where I got 1.6 million. Unless I got mixed up with the loans. Maybe the loans were 1.6. £10 for the tedder. 12 for the windrower. And last but not least, I am going to buy this. 52. Well, we now have 1.6 million. And we haven't finished yet. The only leased item we got is that trailer, which will be going back. But everything else we own. So, loans are paid. Equipment is brought. So we have succeeded with our goals, which is brilliant. So he's got a little bit to finish off. I'm just going to slow down time a little bit. We'll jump in the lorry actually. I've reconfigured it for the bales. So we'll start over this side. Not sure how many bales this is going to hold. Hopefully it will hold them all. Oh, I didn't look. I think it's 17 bales altogether that we got from all the grass work, but we'll find out shortly. Turn the operating position on. Hopefully that should... Nope. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so it's going to stack them like that. So just got the 3 in this field. Looks like it's about to rain. Just going to sneak through the hedge here because it's quicker. So we've got a 4 in here. Sneak through the hedge again. Go up to the far end and pick those up. Just pick up these last few bales from this area. It's getting dark quite quickly now. Cloudy, so... Definitely get all these on. So just these 3. Yeah, so 17. 17 bales altogether. So still got a little way to go until that forage contract is complete. This is still only on 76%, so... Well, mind you, 80% is the harvesting and then the other 20% is delivering, isn't it? So... But we may as well get everything we can. So we're looking at the silage. So remember, these are 50,000 litre bales, so there's 500, 750, 850,000 litres of silage to sell. We'll have about 20,000 litres of milk, I think, possibly. We'll have a few eggs, possibly a little bit of wool, and then the bits in the silo, which are oat and sunflowers. We'll be getting paid for the stone statues for a little while yet, and the planks at that sawmill, but there won't be many. And the preserved carrots. And then everything else has run out, so still got a fair bit of money to come in, plus all the crops that we're going to harvest in the next episode. So he's got about 6 or 7 strips to do, so I'll bring you back in when he's almost done. Just doing the last strip now. There will be 2 very little strips left over, but I'm not going to worry about them. We will get paid for whatever's left over, but it's only chaff. So chaff isn't worth a lot. I don't even know where chaff is. I've never looked for it. Is there even... Is chaff even on the list? Not sure it is. It's not, is it? Strange. Right, I'm going to leave that. So fold all this away. I think this is going to Buckland grain. Yeah, Buckland grain. So another nearly 70 grand coming in. So I didn't think we'd have that much to take with us, to be honest, but it's looking like it's going to be around 2 million. So yeah. So I'm going to stop it when it gets to 100% because I just want to see how much we'd have left over. What? How stupid is that? Well, that's not right, is it? It's just took hours to do that. And we haven't had a problem with delivering on contracts for a while. I'm going to have to just cheat it because, yeah, that's ridiculous. See if we can find chaff. There we go. So let's put 20,000 litres in there, see what that does. So that's even after we've altered the amount needed to complete harvesting contracts, and there we go. So we completed it. That's the main thing, I suppose. Right, we'll cash in that. And then get rid of the trailer. Oh, right. So that is us done for another day. The penultimate episode. There's one more left, and that is harvesting. So yeah, we will be, whoops, so we start the episode, it'll be pretty much harvesting. I'll probably get all the selling done. Obviously I'm going to skip months now, but what I'll probably do is skip until harvest and then collect whatever we've got from the animals. And then it'll be, yeah, it would just be harvesting. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.